better than Western players. Sire player, often cited as one of the most talented players in the world. Meta Athena player, DPS, won't be there. A massively up-and-coming star player for Runway, one of their big players, Cox. This is someone where absolutely everyone watches Apex and raves about the guy. Monster support player. Can flex onto DPS as well if you want. And if you're going to pick up Cox, think about the other players in Runway, who, as I said, absolutely a team that should be in Overwatch League. So you have Bumper. He's the Lucio player who's going to peel for your Cox. If you want a player like Cox in your lineup, he's going to make the team even better. Other Runway players. Hacksal's a Runway player. Stitch, the Tracer, was in Runway. Very good player. You think of Metabellum, they had Hoon, that guy who was the star player on Zaya when he was carrying these. There are a rare few who do have a very special mentality or the right bunch or a very social people, and they can get away with it. But most Koreans, from my experience, and by the way, I've been on teams, SK Gaming, Acer, where we had Korean imports, and I've got to see them at events, and if they've had to go to a bunch of Western events, I've seen the problems, and then I've seen people who've been in LCS teams in League of Legends who had to live in Western team houses and were away from Korea for weeks, months at a time, and I've seen that they have issues on a social and a happiness and a motivation level because they miss Korean food. Korean food's a massive deal to Koreans. Like, I can go to Korea, just eat Korean food every day of my life and I'm perfectly happy. Koreans really are raised on like mama's cooking and the same sort of food over and over again, and they don't like Western overall. That's how competitive it was. That's how good they were at advancing the meta and keeping a very high level of play in Korea. So I think it's a massive issue because I could see the Korean players that do go abroad, even the whole teams, degrading or no longer contending for elite status and perhaps not even knowing it, or just us being able to see it from just looking at the eye test of the game and how well they're playing. There are more issues as well, which is, what if, when some of this talent goes to Overwatch League Season 1 and the rest stays in Korea, while they degrade Korean talent outside of Korea, and thus Overwatch League becomes, even the Koreans are a poorer crop of Koreans, which has happened in League of Legends when some of them went to China or to the West, Europe and North America.
Fucking Jesus, bro. Someone shoot him, for God's sake. Trust my heart. It's gonna come above me. Fuck. Oh shit. This is really bad. No.